tonight at the Sanford Pentagon. Glad to be with you tonight. I'm Dan Peters, and the Sioux Falls Skyforce and the Austin Spurs. The Skyforce, Jameer Young returning for the engagement off the Miami Heat. We also have Josh Christopher with 2 40-point games in a row. And also Keyshot Showtime Johnson also giving us some great atmosphere tonight at the Pentagon. We'll have Harrison Ingram and Emmanuel Miller, two-way contract players for the Austin Spurs, will be joining us. Plus, we also have Jaden Nunn. He'll be coming off the bench in this particular contest, but Nunn, he scored 30 points in the most recent contest for the Austin Spurs in a 121-120-118 victory over the Memphis Hustle on March the 1st. And on March the 5th, Skyforce defeated Memphis 119-82. My name is Dan Peters. I'm joined by Carter Mix. What do you got coming in this particular contest, Carter? It's a pivotal game for sure.
Most certainly so, and it's definitely expect some points in the paint, because the Skyforce are one of the league leaders in that. And this is really make or break for the Skyforce because they're on the bubble for the playoffs, and this is a playoff team they're facing, and they really need to win these last 8 games. At least split most of them to get in the playoffs.
Dane Danger is the first one to get on the board in this contest as he goes all the way after picking up the loose ball after it hit off the backside of Jameer Young. So we've got Adam Flagler, Kyle Mangus, Harrison Ingram, Emmanuel Miller. James Banks III is out there setting the screen. Ingram looking to get into the lane. Dotted line jumper is good. That's one of the things you'll see a lot from the Austin Spurs. They will take a lot of shots either off the dribble. And they don't spread the ball around like Sioux Falls does. That will be a definite dynamic we'll see between these two teams.
Certainly. Sioux Falls is also one of the league leaders in assists in the league as well.
Jameer Young missed the 3, and the Spurs will get the rebound. There's Coach Dan Bisacchio. In his second season with the Sioux Falls Skyforce, the Bennington, Vermont native. Did some work with Marquette as a graduate assistant. 10 years with the Miami Heat. And Adam Flagler loses it out of bounds. So 2 turnovers so far, both on the Spurs. Dennis Smith Jr. unable to hit from the outside. Austin looking for their first lead. Stuck at deuces. Within the first 90 seconds of action, Kyle Mangus, his 5th professional season. Give it off to Banks. Banks will make it work in the paint with the right-handed hook. And again, another one off the dribble. You're going to see that contrast in the number of assists per game. The Skyforce averaging 29 per game, and the Spurs at 20 per game. A 3 for Josh Christopher. Josh Christopher has had the touch. Into the lane, Ingram. Will send it back out. Spurs will work it outside. The kick to Mangus in the corner. Weak side, Christopher for the rebound. We mentioned Christopher, the Arizona State product. 18 points against Memphis on Thursday night. Danger working on Banks in the paint. Banks has 240 blocks as a member of the G League with various teams, not just Austin. He's worked in other places as well. Pull-up jumper, and the Spurs get on top, 6-5. Jameer Young will turn and fire. Found Dane Danger, who will put it back, and he'll get fouled. Skyforce starters, Josh Christopher, Keyshot Johnson, Showtime, the slam dunk champion. And Banks trying to get block number 241. Instead, commits the foul. Jameer Young, Dennis Smith Jr. Those would be the 5 starters for Sioux Falls. Danger against Memphis. He scored 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. And the Skyforce led by as many as 48 in that game on Thursday night, won by 37 points. Dane Danger up to 56%. He had been like sub 40 or sub 50 for sure for much of that showcase portion of the season. He's picked it up from the free throw line.
Yes, he's been extremely efficient as of late for the Skyforce.
Yeah, especially from the field. I think shooting 62%.
Yeah.
Mangus giving off. Emmanuel Miller blocked by Johnson. Skyforce on the run. They're looking to push the pace. And Josh Christopher got caught in no man's land. And then the ball, a little bad English. And the Spurs lose it out of bounds. They will say that there is a change in possession, so there will be a fresh shot clock. That's Jacob Chance. He is the head coach of the Austin Spurs. He is a native of Australia. 31-year-old from Perth, Australia.
From down under.
He was the top coach in the G League in November of 25. Ooh, the swipe. Ingram feeds Mangus. Mangus is blocked by Christopher. These two teams are at the top of the G League standings in defensive rating. We're seeing it so far. Dane Danger with the flip. Dane Danger with artistry at the rim.
Yeah, those points in the paint are paying dividends early.
Austin is not a prolific three-point shooting team. They usually shoot about 33%. Mangus will try. Mangus is 0 for 2 from downtown. Josh Christopher, nice feed from Dennis Smith Jr. Timeout on the court as the Skyforce jump out to an 11-6 advantage. Skyforce looking to grab win number 16 on the regular season. Josh Christopher, an early quiff 5 for the Skyforce on NBEGLeague.com and FanDuel Sports Network. The Austin Spurs at the Sanford Pentagon. Dan Peters, Carter Mix. And tonight we got to make sure that we watch the pace of this game and also the paint. And Carter, we've kind of alluded to that already in this contest. The paint is where both teams like to operate.
Yep.
And where they're both successful.
Yeah, this is basically a playoff matchup as it is right now. So it's going to be a really grind out. I'm not looking for a lot of threes. I think the Skyforce, if this game turns into a bit of a shooting phenomenon, it would definitely lean in the Skyforce's favor. So I'm expecting it to be kind of one of those ones where it's in the paint, you got to earn every shot, and it's looking like that so far.
Yeah, and if the race, I think, to point total is 115. So if it's below 115, then that goes advantage Austin. Above 115, advantage Sioux Falls.
Yes.
And the tip, Bez Mbang is going to enter the game. Missed the shot, but Josh Christopher is there.
Leading rebounder for the Skyforce, Josh Christopher.
This is 8 straight for Sioux Falls in this run. Deflection, Josh Christopher. And we talked to Coach Bisacchio before the game about Josh Christopher, and it wasn't just the 49 points that he scored against Osceola. It was also all the deflections, and he had 6 steals in that game.
Yep, and that was tied for his career high in that game as well. So been filling up the stat sheet as of late.
And coming into the game, Josh Christopher needed 143 points to break into the top 10 all-time in Skyforce scoring. So that's averaging 17 a game over the last 8 games of the season. And the Skyforce get another swipe and then a loose ball foul. Our officials, Clyde Mulla is the crew chief. The referee is Quincy Smith. And Lars Murray is the umpire. The foul was committed by Trey King. Trey King is a former member of the Sioux Falls Skyforce. He scored 26 against Memphis in that last game for Austin. He's been shooting well.
He's on the squad last year, if I remember correctly.
You are correct. Dane Danger getting right to the cup. Run continues. It's at 10 for Sioux Falls. Bezembang is riding hard on the another turnover for the Austin Spurs. They're mounting. Keyshawn Johnson couldn't reel in that lob pass. Mangas, he will set, fire. 2 white shirts grab the rebound. And off the rebound. Goes back in by the former South Dakota Coyote, Stanley Umude. Breaks the run.
The turnovers are definitely mounting for the Spurs as of yet. They're at 6 and the Skyforce have only committed 2.
Jameer Young in traffic. Double team on Danger. They'll do a jump. It'll be Trey King and Dane Danger. Dane Danger out of Memphis. He finished his collegiate career there. Trey King, he finished his career at Iowa State. So Trey King, and another note about King, he's been averaging 46% from deep during the regular season. That is tremendous.
It's kind of a crazy statistic given that the Spurs only shoot 33% from the three-point line, so it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, and he hit a buzzer beater to beat the Salt Lake City Stars back in January. And he had just he just joined the team at that time. He was like a free agent pickup.
I bet that felt good.
Spurs needed a body, and Trey King he's like, I'm in.
Yes, sir.
And so we've got ourselves a little bit of a heated discussion between minute in this game. He just entered the contest. He's been lit up.
I think,
and they're still yapping.
Yeah, I think Peyton is the aggressor, and Johnson is not backing down, and that's kind of what.
And the tap controlled by Sioux Falls. 4 to shoot. Christopher will fire. That one's offline. And the Spurs will work at front court with Jaden Nunn. And it's picked out of bounds. Bez Mbeng with the deflection. And the force will continue. We'll have more subs for Sioux Falls. Cade Madsen and Alex Fudge. Keyshawn Johnson will take a seat. He'll hopefully not sit on the hot seat. He'll sit on the cool seat over there in the sidelines. Alex Fudge out of Florida. Bez Mbeng out of Yale. Another pass tipped. It's tipped again. The Spurs with Trey King. We talked about his prowess behind the arc, and there it shows. Josh Christopher's got an early 7. Alex Fudge called for steps. And the Skyforce commit their 3rd turnover of the contest. Austin still has the 6 on their ledger. Trey King is in the lane. He puts it up over Fudge with the high arcing shot.
Up to 5 points off the bench for King.
He is ignitable. Gabe Madsen, he scored 19.
Once upon a time, there was a sad little dog that smelled funny.
No one will play with me.
Suddenly, the grooming fairy appeared,
You look a lot like the big friendly guy.
and the sad little dog was instantly transformed into a happy little dog that smelled better. And all the pet lovers who saw this ad on TV brought their dogs to Mini Critters for grooming, and everyone lived happily ever after.
It's a game of runs, and so we see the runs here in the early goings. When you look at these two teams, there's a lot of similarities between these two. The Skyforce and their road trip recap, and Keyshawn Johnson has played the last couple of games with the Skyforce, splitting with Osceola and then hammering Memphis. Goes with Keyshawn Johnson, double-double average. Definitely showing his prowess here at the G League level.
Those last two road games, he had 2 consecutive double-doubles as well.
Jameer Young twisting into the lane. And Trey King trying to ask for a review. Trey King will be one whistled for the foul. Jameer Young, yeah, he was wrapped up pretty good by Trey King.
Yeah, I would say as this game continues that it's going to get more and more physical as the game progresses, especially with a lot on the line for both teams nearing the playoffs.
Jameer Young has not scored in this game. He now is on the board. Josh Christopher, Dane Danger, the other two players to score for Sioux Falls. The scoring is a little more widely distributed for the Austin Spurs. We got a collision in the lane. Trey McGowan's was the one who caught the contact. And they will say not in the act of shooting, which does draw some ire from the Austin Spurs. We have the return of Emmanuel Miller. Christopher will be whistled for the foul. Skyforce's first foul committed in this contest. And of course, we'll look at the fouling that the Austin Spurs will do. They commit about 30 a game, or 23 a game. Skyforce not that many. Bezembeng, the kick out. Jameer Young. And before Gabe Madsen can hit the three, we've got an offensive foul.
Offensive foul number 7,
Alex Fudge.
No team foul.
So no team foul on that particular instance. Oh yeah, he just brushed right into Stanley Amude. Amude was on a two-way contract with San Antonio and Austin, but that ended on February 23rd. And Elfrid Payton had not been with the Austin Spurs for the last couple of outings. He was with the Team USA in the FIBA qualifying. So he played a couple of games in the international. Nice cut to the basket for Mr. Jaden Nunn. Ties it at 17. Skyforce with a brief 9-point advantage. And they'll have to retrieve it with Smith at the timeline. Cam Carter is in. Dennis Smith Jr., the former Nevada Wolfpack. That one just slipped off the iron. McGowan The kick out, the drive, and none. Draws a blank. Nearly tapped in by Miller. Here comes Carter. Carter for three. And Carter puts it down.
Carter was the leading scorer for the Skyforce off the bench in their last outing against the Memphis Hustle.
Yeah, Cam Carter played his last season at LSU before entering the professional ranks. Peyton is called for steps.
Traveling violation.
2:10 left in the first quarter. And it's kind of setting up to be an Austin Spurs kind of score, with it being 20-17, even though Sioux Falls is leading.
Kind of reminds me when we hosted the Celtics, where it was kind of like a boxing fight where went 10 rounds to the end of the game to see who was going to win. Get that final blow.
Dennis Smith Jr. felt the contact. Little strong. Alfred Payton, the lob, guided home. As Emmanuel Miller gets on the board. 20-19 as Cam Carter, his shot rejected by Miller. Cam Carter is going to try to ride Payton. And then Payton will wait for the screen. Nope, he'll just give it up. They'll swing it back to the middle. Into the lane, Alfred Payton with a line driver. Alex Fudge high for the rebound. Dennis Smith Jr., Alex Fudge, twisting and is able to put it in. Body control for Alex Fudge.
That was nice.
Into the lane. Adam Flagler unable to hit. Bezem Bang will roll it forward. Cam Carter, contact. He'll go to the line.
Foul number 8, Jaden Nunn, his first in the last
Oh, you see a little bit of a laboring Jaden Nunn as he heads to the bench.
I believe he got tripped up down here on their own end when Fudge was going for the rebound. I think Fudge landed on his ankle with his foot, and that was why he was late to transition and ultimately subbed out with that limp. Did not look good from where I was sitting. Hopefully he's okay.
Free throw for Carter. And Skyforce back up by 5. Austin Spurs 16-9. Sioux Falls 15-13, both currently in playoff position. The top 8 go into the playoffs this season. Traditionally, the last few years it's been top 6, but they switched it to 8. Mangus with time dwindling, and the Skyforce have numbers. Dennis Smith Jr. will score.
Dennis Smith Jr. from Cam Carter.
Cam Carter, the distributor. Harrison Ingram will slow it down. The metronomic dribble. And here comes the screen. They'll pick on Madsen, and they'll send it over to Umude for 3. 9 seconds left. And no one really wanted it. Bezem Bang fought for it. He will say out of bounds off of Sioux Falls with 3.6 remaining in the period. And Umude launches at the buzzer. And the Skyforce lead by 7, 26-19. As we head to quarter number 2. We'll bring you the next 12 minutes on NBAGLeague.com and on the FanDuel Sports Network.
Taste the feeling.
Drew Smith, good to see him back healthy and making a difference. Yes, he's come roaring down.
His superpower is his fortitude. That inspires me.
This guy has overcome a lot to get to this point.
You have to watch him to know how he affects the game, how hard he works, how he's done things the right way.
That man is nothing but effort.
The fact that he's still fighting, wants to be here, that right there is perseverance in itself.
Drew Smith, how do you do?
I think it's just a little bit of mental fortitude and a little bit of a belief in yourself.
Fascinating. My readings show that this planet's teeming with life.
Captain, it seems we've landed in a pet paradise.
You mean we've discovered a planet full of adorable puppies and kitties?
Yes, this planet is full of wagging tails and gentle purrs.
Remember your orders, Red. We're here to observe, not to interfere.
Lieutenant, I think it's time that we bend the rules. Starship, beam down some treats and some toys. From grooming to pet food, the best services and products in the galaxy are at Mini Critters.
Skyforce and Spurs. We've seen some fireworks already in this contest. We'll look at these two teams from the numbers perspective. You see those point totals, very similar. A little bit better rebounding numbers for the Spurs. Skyforce, and again, there's that big contrast with the assist, Carter, where Sioux Falls 9 assist advantage. But it's just the way the Spurs play.
Yeah.
They are not afraid of just putting it up off the dribble.
Skyforce like to share the ball, and it usually leads to better shots.
So the Austin Spurs, of course, they are affiliated with the San Antonio Spurs. They play their home games at HEB Center at Cedar Park, just 30 miles north of San Antonio. And then you've got the Sioux Falls Skyforce with the Miami Heat. Jameer Young and Keyshawn Johnson here representing the Heat. Dennis Smith Jr. We begin this second quarter in control. Dane Danger's back. Cam Carter, and again, Austin do a very good job of shutting off the angles. And trying to drive. Dennis Smith will pop from the top. Well, Dennis Smith Jr., he has been around 27% from three-point range, so any long-range shots that he hits is a bonus for Sioux Falls. First double-digit lead of the game. Mangus drifting off to the left. They'll send it to the right side. Amude! He finished his college career at Arkansas, but with the Summit League tournament going on here in Sioux Falls, Stanley Amude is well acquainted with the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Now toiling here in the NBA G League, or I should say not toiling, but more like showing his wares here at the NBA G League level after being with the San Antonio Spurs on a two-way.
The best custom tent builder in the world.
So the jump ball, Dane Danger, got our second jump of the night. Dane Danger out of Memphis for a second time. He went against Trey King earlier. And the Skyforce get it back with Keyshawn Johnson, Gabe Manson, who will score. You know, the crowd is going to be looking for that slam dunk champion form from Keyshawn Johnson tonight. We'll see if the opportunity arises. Dennis Smith Jr. Right wing. Off the screen with Danger. That was a bruising screen. Johnson for three. Keyshawn Johnson from the left corner.
From Cam Carter.
Skyforce are shooting 44% from three as well.
Keyshawn's first bucket of the night. Trey King, he will fire again. And a lot of same underneath. Skyforce out rebounding Austin by 5 early on. Keyshawn Johnson pulling the trigger. And the Skyforce pull out to a 15-0 lead, or 15-point lead. As Keyshawn Johnson not doing it at the rim, he's doing it from long. Johnson hitting 2 kaboos.
Welcome to Cafe Mini Critter, where we have some supreme choices for you today. May I interest you in a bowl of water or some little snacks to get started?
Find the perfect selection of food for your pet at Mini Critters, for people who love their pets.
Two minutes and 9 seconds into this second quarter, and the Sioux Falls Skyforce have hit an 11-for-3 run, and a lot of it from Keyshawn Johnson. Of course, he finished his career at Arizona, also played at San Diego State, NBA slam dunk champion, and of course earned the two-way contract last year, and then eventually got the standard deal, and this is his second season with the Miami Heat. They look to see a lot of athleticism from Keyshawn Johnson. We've seen that, but the shooting also has been a plus. Keyshawn Johnson 2 for 2 from deep. Coming in, he was 50% from behind the arc. In G League play, 20 of 40 in his time with the Skyforce, so he's launching.
Yeah, and in this game, I mean, it's 37-22. It doesn't really feel like the Skyforce have that big of a lead, but they do, and I feel like it's large in part to the Spurs shooting 20% from three and the Skyforce shooting 50% from three.
Yeah, so we'll keep a watch on those three numbers to see if they normalize through the course of the contest. And then Mangus, in traffic and late in the shot clock. And he draws the foul.
I don't know about that call. It looked like a...
At the line, 1-2.
Yeah, Cam Carter reaching over. And, you know, it's one of the...
It's a hard...
You do have to, you know, there's contact there. Then they call a lane violation on Dane Danger. So Kyle Mangus will have another opportunity to see if he can get a free throw to go through. Mangus, 77% from the free throw line. Played with the Noblesville, well, actually, they were the Indiana Mad Ants at the time.
Bit of a hard thing to keep up with all the name changes in the G League.
And also played at Indiana Wesleyan, NAIA Division II. Cade Madsen hits from the corner. And the Skyforce, 6 of 11. Boy, if they keep that pace there, that's going to be hard to beat. Banks is back. They give back to Mangus. 10 to shoot. Mangus will step back, and his three is good. And they will call a loose ball foul. They will count the basket, I believe. Yeah, basket's good. Loose ball foul against the Austin Spurs.
Madsen and King were tangled up for most of the possession, battling, pushing each other, playing to the ref, and then it culminated with a body check from both of them to go to the rim, and the ref called it on King.
Dennis Smith Jr. sees an open lane. That one trickles away. We'll stay with Sioux Falls. Dennis Smith with two hands on his head because he was denied by the rim. An unfavorable gravitational pull, we'll call it. Here's an interesting facet of the game. We're perfect from the free throw line for both teams, but only 4 free throws so far. 3 for Austin, 3 for Sioux Falls, 1 for Austin.
Austin looking to make a line change here almost.
Madsen, Danger wasn't ready. Kyle Mangus to the rim, and it is sent away. Dennis Smith Jr., he finds Keyshawn Johnson, and then the tip no good for Smith. And we're going to have something cooking with Kyle Mangus, except there'll be a foul. Yeah, there was all ball, but how about body? Keyshawn Johnson is adamant. Oh. Yep, we will have a coach's challenge timeout on the court. So it is a coach's challenge. We'll see what the officials say in the exchange on the NBA G League Network.
Coming to Miami, I knew, like, I've been here as a kid to the game, like I've seen this franchise and what it stands for, and I was just like, I feel like Miami always kind of had little influences throughout my life the whole way, and then it was a full circle moment.
Welcome back to the Sanford Pentagon, Sioux Falls Skyforce and Austin Spurs. Skyforce out to a 13-point lead. We got a coach's challenge, and we'll have Clyde Mulla come over and grab Carter Mix's headset and give us his view of what happened in this exchange. Keyshawn Johnson comes to the rim and denies Kyle Mangus, but was there contact? Was it all ball, or was there some arm? Here's Clyde Mulla.
After review, the defender gets to the ball first, knocking it loose. Anything after that is demarginal. In the immediate natural aftermath, the Spurs retain possession. There'll be 13 seconds on the shot clock on either side. Free throw line extended.
So thanks to Clyde Mulla for giving us his view of things. And so the Austin Spurs will keep possession. No foul on the play. Keyshawn Johnson with one foul currently in his 6 points. And Ingram for three, and Johnson with the rebound. So you'd probably say in a situation like that both teams probably came out, Austin a little bit worse of the deal because they didn't get a score on the play.
Yeah, I was a little surprised for them to immediately put up a three off after the timeout, just based on how they've been shooting it so far tonight. But that's what they decided to do.
Yeah, that's, sometimes it's the first shot is the best one.
Yeah. At the same time, if they would have made it, maybe that would have been the spark that they needed to go on a bit of a run. But
well, as they, have things slow down a little bit, Josh Christopher re-enters. And the Spurs can set up their defense. And again, they are one of the better teams in the NBA G League defensively. Danger looks to drive on Banks. Banks late to the spot. He'll go to the free throw line. Will Dane Danger. No, they will take it from the side. The Sheraton Sioux Falls Hotel is proud to serve as the official host hotel for all NBA G League teams this season. Cheer on the Skyforce, then go to the Sheraton. Enjoy the atmosphere at the Water's Edge Bar. Although we got to get done an hour early this time because we got the time change. I will keep my comments about the time change. It'll probably mirror a lot of folks. Jameer Young denied. Alfred Payton sees the lob. Nice catch and finish from Miller. Josh Christopher. Ooh, the crossover. And then the left-handed finish. Alfred Payton getting aggressive to the rim. And we're seeing that pace pick up for the Austin Spurs, and that is starting to play in the Sioux Falls' favor.
Yes. A lot of fouls, a lot of contact in this game so far. Tensions are starting to get the best of both teams, to be completely honest. I mean, it seems like at almost every break there's a lot of John, and see what that leads to.
Now the bench points are even as Alfred Payton hits the free throw. No, actually the Spurs up by 4 after that free throw. 16-12.
Most of the statistics are very similar, except for the three-point shooting, where there's a drastic difference.
Gabe Madsen tried to save it. Josh Christopher is able to rake it. The Skyforce get a fresh 24. Gabe Madsen, that one rattled in and out of the cylinder. To the other end, Austin with Ingram looking to work, and Gabe Madsen pokes it free. And Dane Danger a little wild with the dribble. A lot of action between the free throw lines. Finally gets something at the rim. Alfred Payton. And the Skyforce lead, which is as many as 15. Oh, and they need to do a little bit of court maintenance. That's where Gabe Madsen did a little hook slide near the timeline.
Got to get the court cleaned up so there's no slippage.
Got to make the court ready for play.
So the coach is helping out with the spot.
Well, and it's a benefit to both teams.
Yeah.
Because anyone who hits that slick area, you don't want to brave injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when the playoffs loom in the distance. Jameer Young, he has been stymied. He does break through on that possession. Jameer Young with 4. Jameer Young looking to get a franchise record if he can score 20. He's got a string going. Ingram working on Madsen. Madsen says no, and then he finally gets a yes at the rim. Back to a 9-point game. More points in the paint for both of these teams. Jameer Young, Keyshawn Johnson. Johnson working baseline, turnaround. Oh. Guided back in by Dane Danger.
That'll work.
Both teams still struggling, both sub 45% from the floor. That'll help. As Adam Flagler gets one from point blank. That moves Austin up to 44%. And they'll call the foul on the Spurs and Ingram.
They're shooting pretty good from the field, the Spurs are. It's just that the only thing that's really killing them in this situation is their shots from 3 being 3 of 12. But the Skyforce are only 6 of 12, but those 9 points can make a lot of difference from 3.
Well, that's the difference in the game.
Yeah.
46-37, 9-point Skyforce lead. Jameer Young for 3. That one off of the Spurs. And Flagler was the last one to touch it. Jameer Young, 1 of 6 so far in his field goal opportunities. The curl, Josh Christopher. And a rebound pulled down by Ingram, or excuse me, by Miller. Work with Miller at the baseline. He's double teamed, outside none. McGowan's is back. Ingram against Fudge. 4 to shoot. As Ingram, he is fouled. He will go to the line. He will shoot 1 for 2. And Josh Christopher will pick up his second personal. So say it was the reach prior to the launch. So Ingram will head to the free throw line. Finished his collegiate career at North Carolina. Also played a couple of years at Stanford. Was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Ingram slices the lead to 7. Christopher outside and tracking it down is Young. Young sees a lane to the basket, uses glass.
It's that toe drag swag, did not get the backcourt violation and then take it to the hoop.
McGowan's looking to aggressively take it to the rim. He'll get to the free throw line as a result. Trey McGowan's the former Husker. And of course the question on everybody, will the Huskers finally win an NCAA tournament game? They could.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know. They've got a pretty good string going. If not,
I think I know your answer based off that comment. I would say mine's the same answer.
No Big Red?
No Big Red. They've been cursed for a while. I don't know what's going on down there, but something.
Well, these teams both getting towards the penalty. We'll check out Josh Christopher in his attempt. It was before the attempt, but they will put Christopher at the line. That is the 5th team foul on the Spurs. Skyforce do not have any to give. And Christopher still stands at 9. Flagler for 3. And the follow slam, no. Austin looking for some reprieve from the officials.
Back to that Christopher free throw. That's been one of the few weak points for the Skyforce team, is not being able to rely when you get to that line on putting them through the hoop. They're shooting 70% on the season, which isn't a horrible number, but again, they're free throws, so you want to see 80 or above most likely, but that's a hard number to achieve, so maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah, 75% is where you really want to be. Soft roll for Jameer Young. He's up to getting close to double figures. Ingram, he's short at the rim again. McGowan's will get to the rim, left it short.
Ooh.
And then taking a tumble is Bezem Beng, Christopher, and then there's a couple of players going to the floor. McGowan's and Christopher, I believe, are tied up.
Bodies are flying. This goes back to what we were saying in that first quarter, is there's a lot of tensions, a lot of jawing, and it was getting chippy. I don't necessarily think this was chippy, but it's people not being scared of contact is what it is.
Yeah, because Flagler was on the floor. McGowan's came in late. Well, they will call the offensive foul on Josh Christopher, who will sit with 3 personals, 10 points. Skyforce have 3 players with 10. No players for the Spurs in double figures yet.
High foul count for both teams as well.
McGowan's had to gather it. Nice find. Sweeping in, Miller for the bucket.
Some more
and the Skyforce turn it over. Skyforce have committed 11 turnovers. The Spurs with 10. Again, another deflection. Nunn is going to operate in the paint, pull up at the free throw line. Oof, tough break for Nunn.
Spurs just can't seem to be able to get him to drop on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've dialed back a little bit on their percentage. They were up to 45, now back to 40. Gabe Madsen is able to endure in the paint. Gabe Madsen up to 7 points. A couple of layups and a 3. And 3 players converge, and finally Ingram felt that he's been owed that one for a while.
Yeah.
There's still 5 more games left in the Skyforce season, and the Skyforce still have some sweet packages available. You can cap off this 26 portion of the season with the hospitality experience for groups looking to enjoy a Skyforce game in style. 50 tickets is the maximum, and there's food and beverage credits as well. Get details on booking a suite at sfskyforce.com/suite packages. Skyforce by 11. Final 2 minutes, 30 seconds of this second quarter. Jameer Young blocked out of bounds. Coming over the top is Harrison Ingram. Jameer Young with the spin. There's the help. Harrison's a good helper. Madsen, well, still has that dribble. He takes it. Now he'll set it out. Smith for three. Alex Fudge creeps in for the rebound, and it's promptly swiped in the corner with Umude. He's hit a three already. Ingram will drive in. Baseline. And here comes the defense.
2 minutes.
And we've got a foul on Sioux Falls. So they'll call it on Dennis Smith Jr. Miller and Smith. Yeah, Miller over there, excuse me, Smith over the top of Miller. And Miller will head to the free throw line.
There's been a lot of fouls in this first half, 9 each for both teams.
And then free throw missed. Opportunities for 2 points to go down the pipe. Left on the doorstep. Here comes Smith. Gabe Madsen turnaround jumper. A soft roll and the ball to the corner. Last touched by the Spurs. 5 to shoot. Actually, they will overturn the call. Coach Dan Bisacchio is in a state of disbelief after that explanation.
There is some intensity on the floor tonight, from the coaches to the players to even the arena. I mean, this place is pretty packed out.
3 attempt, Dennis Smith Jr., weak side rebound. 85 seconds left in the period. Intermission is at hand. Well, Coach Armand Mandol joined us at halftime. Danger will set up Smith. Madsen will launch. And Madsen hits his second three-pointer of the game. And he's got 10.
Shooting 50%, and that's exactly what he shot last game from three.
A three from Miller, or excuse me, from Harrison Ingram. And they say last touch by Austin out of bounds. Well, at the outset of this second quarter, the Skyforce led by 7. The Spurs did cut it to 7 earlier in this period. The Skyforce have been able to keep it at double digits for most of this frame. 10 to shoot as Mbeng and the Danger screen. Madsen will get another one out there. Danger, and then it's stripped. And the ball will roll away. And then we'll say off of Austin out of bounds as Dennis Smith stopped the progression of Miller and got the deflection off of Miller out of bounds. Danger. And they will call the foul. And Danger will go to the free throw line. A chance for Danger to get on top of the scoring column. Josh Christopher on the bench with 11. Danger's got 10. Madsen's got 10. Still no players with 10 for the Spurs. But 9 of the 10 players have scored for the Spurs in this contest.
It's looking like an all-around effort from both teams tonight, and there's not going to be somebody who's overarching, with points.
Well, I mean, you got a game tomorrow, so they're going to go deep in the bench.
And the second half, that could all change completely as well. But as of right now, that's how it stands.
Flagler lets time tick away. Keeps on slipping into the future. Flagler, the steps, sidestep. And the rebound still fought for and kept by Dennis Smith Jr., who needs to put it up and does not get the roll at the horn. Sioux Falls Skyforce will head to halftime with a 14-point lead. And coming up at halftime, we will have ourselves the stats, the highlights, a lot of the things to watch for in the second half, and we'll have that conversation with Herman Mandol of the Sioux Falls Skyforce coaching staff. That's next.
Sales stop at the end of halftime, so head to the fan zone behind the Skyforce basket to purchase a bag.
Welcome to Cafe Mini Critter, where we have some supreme choices for you today. May I interest you in a bowl of water or some little snacks to get started? Oh, wise choice, monsieur.
Find the perfect selection of food for your pet at Mini Critters, for people who love their pets.
Fascinating. My readings show that this planet's teeming with life.
Captain, it seems we've landed in a pet paradise.
You mean we've discovered a planet full of adorable puppies and kitties?
Yes, this planet is full of wagging tails and gentle purrs.
Remember your orders, Red. We're here to observe, not to interfere.
Lieutenant, I think it's time that we bend the rules. Starship, beam down some treats and some toys. From grooming to pet food, the best services and products in the galaxy are at Mini Critters.
Sioux Falls Skyforce basketball and their sports medicine coverage is provided by Sanford Health. Because orthopedic pain shouldn't disrupt every part of your life. You sit out when others head out and you find yourself saying, not today, when you really wish you could. If you've been avoiding the activities you used to love, make a change. The expert team at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine can guide you through a full scope of orthopedic care with surgical and non-surgical treatment options that manage your pain to get you back in action. Life is better with the freedom to move. Visit sanfordhealth.org to find a provider. The lead is 14 for Sioux Falls at the half. Dane Dangev has been doing his part. Got 10 points in the first 24 minutes. Harrison Ingram with 8 to help lead the Spurs. Josh Christopher has got 11 points, 4 rebounds. Jameer Young for Sioux Falls with 8. Two-way contract player Emmanuel Miller has got 6. Dennis Smith Jr. distributing and rebounding and points. 5 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Keyshawn Johnson with a couple of three-point baskets. He is 2 of 2 from the long range. And then you've got 6 off the bench from Elfrid Payton. You'll see those numbers. You know, the Austin Spurs, 37% in the first half. That shows that the defensive prowess for Sioux Falls is definitely working, and the Skyforce have really put together a great defensive effort.
Yeah, and pregame we spoke about the assists, and that's not really that big of a thing here, but the shooting percentages is what is killing the Spurs tonight. And the Skyforce, to their credit, are just shooting the lights out.
Yeah, both of the field goal, all field goals and the three-point shots, definitely on the lower side for the Austin Spurs. And the Skyforce 41% from deep. That, for the most part, that's a generous portion of why they're ahead in this game.
Certainly.
Well, then you got the free throws. There's a small sample size with those. That's 3 of 5 for Sioux Falls, 4 of 6 for the Spurs. That turnover number, though, that is also pretty large for both of those teams.
Yes. If the Spurs could clean up the turnovers and keep shooting the free throw percentage or even raise it with how many fouls we've seen in the first half, that could become a big role to play in the second half.
Now, one of the items not on the list is the blocked shots, where the Skyforce have 4 blocks and the Spurs have 5, so that also contributing to the defensive effort for both of these teams. Sioux Falls usually about 49% in all games, no matter if they win or lose, and the Spurs are usually about 45%. So even though the Skyforce have 57 points, it's been a defensive struggle for the Austin Spurs in this contest, and they're going to have to work hard to get back at it. We will come back with Herman Mandol of the Sioux Falls Skyforce coaching staff on the NBA G League Network.
Down goes Drew. Just painful heartbreak injury demon again. This guy has overcome a lot. So much respect. Right on the cusp.
Everybody knows about his journey. You can only hope that he bounces back from this.
He'll be okay. Because he is who he is.
His superpower is his fortitude. To be able to do what he's done, not only with the injuries, but secondly, we've cut him so many different times, then he would just find more resolve. That inspires me. And I think he has that effect on everybody in the locker room.
This guy has overcome a lot to get to this point.
You have to watch him to know how he affects the game, how hard he works, how he's done things the right way.
One of the most resilient people I've ever met.
I tell him to his face, like, bro, you're inspirational.
He gives you everything he has, every chance he gets.
The smile on his face every day when he comes in, like the work he put in. I know he'll do better than he was. Drew is a fighter, man. But he could have quit a long time ago. The fact that he's still fighting and wants to be here, that right there is perseverance in itself.
Drew Smith is somebody that you can't help root for. Drew Smith, how do you do? You just feel good seeing him out on the floor and productive again.
I think it's just a little bit of mental fortitude and a little bit of a belief in yourself.
You gotta have something else and a different twitch to get here and stay here.
Drew Smith, your time, son.
Proving to myself that this is where I belong and I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else.
Fascinating. My readings show that this planet's teeming with life.
Captain, it seems we've landed in a pet paradise.
You mean we've discovered a planet full of adorable puppies and kitties?
Yes, this planet is full of wagging tails and gentle purrs.
Remember your orders, Red. We're here to observe, not to interfere.
Lieutenant, I think it's time that we bend the rules. Starship, beam down some treats and some toys. From grooming to pet food, the best services.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent.
Halftime at the Sanford Pentagon. Sioux Falls Skyforce lead the Austin Spurs 57-43. I'm Dan Peters. Coach Herman Mandol joining us from the Skyforce coaching staff. And really some good things defensively we've seen out of your team. What's been the thing that's pleased you the most with the Skyforce defensive effort?
I mean, as you said, like the effort first, and then I think we keep it up then, like of the three-point shot, the spot ups. So we know like Mangas is the key player, and we keep him in 1 out of 8, something like that. I think the team understand the message and understand the game plan, and they are executing well.
We've seen a lot of deflections in this game as well. It's always a goal for you. Are you also seeing a lot of that? Well, is it the scheme or is it the effort that's putting that into play?
Yeah, I mean, the head coach said like 2 games ago, like we gotta set the tone. We gotta fall, we gotta go to the floor, we gotta show like we want more. Like we are in the 8th seed, and to go to the 7, 6, 5, so we gotta show like we want more.
How about with the offense and how things are going? Are you liking the ability to swing the ball around in this against the Spurs?
Yeah, we are playing for each other, which is the most important thing. I think we can be smarter in the transitions. So in some transition we got some turnovers because we didn't pass the ball early. But it's normal too, right? When you are up and down and you are putting the effort in defense, sometimes you have some mistakes. I hope in the second half we can, share the ball better in transition and finishing well.
Well, Herman, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your insights, and we'll see how things play out in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Herman Mendola giving us the opportunity to get the Skyforce insights into a 14-point advantage, 57-43. FanDuel Sports Network and NBAGLeague.com bringing you Sioux Falls Skyforce and the Austin Spurs.
Once upon a time, there was a sad little dog that smelled funny.
No one will play with me.
Suddenly, the grooming fairy appeared.
You look a lot like the big friendly guy.
And the sad little dog was instantly transformed into a happy little dog that smelled better. And all the pet lovers who saw this ad on TV brought their dogs to Mini Critters for grooming, and everyone lived happily ever after.
Good to see him back healthy and making a difference. He's come roaring down.
His superpower is his fortitude. That inspires me.
This guy has overcome a lot to get to this point.
You have to watch him to know how he affects the game, how hard he works, how he's done things the right way.
That man is nothing but effort.
The fact that he's still fighting and wants to be here, that right there is perseverance in itself.
Drew Smith, how do you do?
I think it's just a little bit of mental fortitude and a little bit of a belief in yourself.
Just about ready for the third quarter as the Sioux Falls Skyforce and Austin Spurs doing battle here at the Sanford Pentagon. First of 2 games between these 2 teams. And you can see the point totals for the starters in this contest. You see that Jameer Young at 8. He's looking to get to that 20-point mark so that he can set a new franchise record for the Sioux Falls Skyforce for consecutive 20-point games. And then triple-double watch, Dennis Smith Jr. And Harrison Ingram, the top scorer for the Austin Spurs at 8 points, top rebounder as well. Kyle Mangus with 3 dimes tonight, leading in that category. Well, we got to get you that courtside quiz. Has the Sioux Falls Skyforce have a link to the Austin Spurs? And that is actually through Stanley Umude. So he played at the University of South Dakota for 4 years before finishing at Arkansas. Stanley Umude had a teammate at USD who played here with the Sioux Falls Skyforce. Who was that player? So we'll reveal that to you a little bit later on. We'll remind you before we get to the end of this next break. Get ready. The teammates, South Dakota style. Jameer Young on a run and offline on the pass. The turnover, and there's a little bit of, they say, no basket, as that was well before entry into the lane.
Well, it didn't take long to get a foul there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to continue to watch is that the ability to defend without fouling, and if it does get aggressive, kind of keep the chippiness away.
Yeah.
Flagler, and then the tap back for Banks. James Banks will get a bucket. He has had spearing opportunities, and Banks is about 6 points per game, so that's not his forte. Keyshawn Johnson will work it outside. Jameer Young in the lane. And they will call the foul on Mangus. We'll keep an eye on the foul trouble in this game. A couple of players for Sioux Falls with 3. Smith just picked up his 3rd for Sioux Falls. Christopher already has 3. Off the bench, Trey King has 3 for Austin. Banks with 3. Jameer Young swishes for 10 points on the night. 80% free throw shooter on the 2-way contract with the Miami Heat. Mangus is open for 3, and Mangus gets one. That was one of the things that Herman Mandol brought up at halftime. And then Keyshawn Johnson was on the line. Herman Mandol says, look out for Kyle Mangus. They want to get him to catch fire. He is the only Spurs player with more than one 3-point basket in the game. Get Mangus in some space. We'll get into the lane. There's a reach. Will they whistle that on Christopher? That is on Smith, and that is his 4th.
Seems like every possession we've had this quarter has a foul's been committed.
Yeah, raked him right across the wrist. Bez Mbang will spell Dennis Smith Jr. So a total of 3 fouls committed between the two teams within the first 90 seconds. Mangus again open for 3. And they will put Mangus on the line for 3.
The fouls continue.
And Bez Mbang picks up his first personal. Already 3 team fouls on Sioux Falls, and we've yet to cross over 2 minutes gone by in this 3rd quarter. There's a valuable free throw. Tally 3. The first time in a while that the lead has been cut to 8. It was down to 7 at 46-39 during that 2nd quarter. Jump ball. And Keyshawn Johnson and Harrison Ingram don't want to let go. So it's like, who's a man? And already Keyshawn Johnson has 1 technical. He cannot afford another. Mangus also had his mitts on it.
Well,
so Keyshawn Johnson and Harrison Ingram will do battle in the circle. And the Spurs will win the tap. And Banks lets Mangus escape on the screen. Mangus to Flagler, back to Banks on the reverse. And Christopher will pick it up. Jameer Young with the ball fake. Gets all the way to the rim and in. Jameer Young with 12. They'll take over the scoring honors. And then the steal for Christopher. He will feed Bezembang.
What a beautiful play that was.
Boy, from defense to offense, and the Skyforce work it to perfection. So Skyforce put a quick 4 back on the board. Flagler to the corner, Ingram for 3. And the Spurs heating up from the outside. 5 of 17, but they've hit a couple of threes here in this third quarter.
They're almost up to 30% from 3, sitting at 29 right now.
Keyshawn Johnson, the fight for the rebound. Sioux Falls wins it with the extra 14. Jameer Young will try from 25. And Jameer Young climbing up that point total to 15. Magic number looking at 20. Kyle Mangus in and out. Also looking for a call as well. Bezembang changes pace. Dane Danger will spin around Banks and put it in. Danger up to 12. Austin Spurs and Sioux Falls Skyforce, 2 games at the Pentagon. Ingram open for 3. And last touched by the Spurs.
Subs in the game, Trey King, number 0, also number 2.
So we've got Alfred Payton returning. Flagler will have a seat. Trey King is back. So just those 2 will enter for the Austin Spurs. Jameer Young and the screen. Josh Christopher and Jameer Young. Aggressive out on the perimeter. Bezembang, 4 to shoot for Danger. Danger needs to put it up quick, and he does. And that one did not hit the rim. 24-second violation. Turnover number 17 for Sioux Falls in the game. In this third quarter, the Skyforce have committed 4 miscues with the orange. Only 1 for the Spurs in this frame. Bezembang and Alfred Payton, the young and the restless. Here comes the Payton. Oh, it's poked away by Mbang. Josh Christopher. Again, the Spurs. Ooh, the change of direction, and Josh Christopher will score and get 1 more.
That was nice.
7 straight for Sioux Falls after the Spurs had cut it to 7. Josh Christopher, wizardry.
Handles and the finish.
So 7:19 to go in the third. Josh Christopher to the line. Currently 13 points. He needs to average 17 for the last 8 games of the season to get his way into number 10 on all-time Skyforce scoring. So we'll keep track on that as the games wear on. Christopher will stay at 13 for now, same as his jersey number. The turnaround jumper, good for Miller. Emmanuel Miller with 8. Ingram and Mangus, both with 11, the double-figure scorers for the Austin Spurs. Keyshawn Johnson is rejected. Spurs. And the timeout called by the Skyforce. after Harrison Ingram works it in the paint. And remember, courtside quiz, Stanley Amude from the Sioux Falls, or from the University of South Dakota. Who was his teammate that played for the Skyforce? We'll tell you next on the NBA G League Network.
Force fans, we all love pizza from Luke's Marketplace, and one of these.
Coming to Miami, I knew like I've been here as a kid to the game, like I've seen this franchise and what it stands for, and I was just like, I feel like Miami always kind of had little influences throughout my life the whole way, and then it was a full circle moment.
Oh, we've got ourselves that courtside quiz. So who was the man who played with the Sioux Falls Skyforce? With a member of the University of South Dakota Coyotes, along with Stanley Amude, it was Tyler Hagedorn who played with the Sioux Falls Skyforce. He also did play a brief time with the Austin Spurs back in 2023, but Tyler Hagedorn in 2022 spent some time here in Sioux Falls with the Skyforce. And also Hagedorn spent some time with the Iowa Wolves as well, so he has a wide spread of teams that he's played with. We'll get into the coaching ranks for tomorrow's courtside quiz. Oh, that's a good one. Jameer Young nearly getting accosted by Peyton at the timeline. And Peyton able to jostle it free. Trey King, ooh, bad angle. A rim rejection. Josh Christopher. And the shot clock did not count down, so they had to stop play. There was no imminent play at the rim. So the numbers will all be 10 in the Skyforce end of the court with 21 on the timer. Jameer Young, Christopher, Dane Danger with a blast. Josh Christopher with his third dime of the night. Closing in on the midpoint of the period as Bez Mbeng picks off the pass to the corner for Umide. Josh Christopher for three. Josh Christopher with 16 on the night.
Getting close to that 17 a game you were talking about earlier.
There we go.
Well, if he gets a lot more than 17 a game, it could be even
then the
sooner.
percentages and the averages decrease. We're working a little math,
yeah.
College boy.
Not my strong suit, not my strong suit.
There's two in the lane for Mr. Umude. Skyforce by 15. They have led by as many as 17. That was their largest lead not long ago at 75-58. Danger, double team.
Oh.
Does get it back, 6 to shoot. Christopher, why not?
Yes, sir.
Now it's an 18-point lead. And the Sioux Falls Skyforce spreading out as Josh Christopher with back-to-back threes. Assist to Dane Danger on the G League Network. What's An 18-point game. Sioux Falls Skyforce, they've been kind of ebbing and flowing in their three-point shots. We'll get to that in a moment. A lot of activity going up and down in the NBA. See some of those names you recognize? Well, David Roddy of the Raptors 905, Josh Aduro with the Pelicans, Keyshawn Gilbert Hawks, Olivier Sarr, Cavaliers, Jason Kent, Chris Youngblood. Oh yeah, Chris Youngblood, that guy.
Yep.
He is the bane of our existence. Getting up as Emmanuel Miller.
Gave us the dagger in Oklahoma City.
And let's also give props to Jamari Bouye, who got a standard contract with the Phoenix Suns. It's been a long time coming. As Jamari Bouye, he is definitely worthy. So congrats to the former Skyforce player. Defender, and has also worked his offensive game to a great degree. Alex Fudge working his way in. And the rebound to Payton. Payton into the double team. They'll kick it back out. Trey King, he is, no good. At least on that attempt. Carry on, wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
I understood that reference.
Okay, very good. Maybe that was the guitar lick that Cross Christopher was playing when after he hit that last three before the break. Bezem Bang.
A lot of people forget about Journey. It's one of the greater bands of all time, I'd say.
Journey, you say?
I say.
Oh, well, that's not Journey. Come on now.
Come on.
Get out of here with that.
Don't Stop Believing?
No, that was Carry On Wayward Son. That's Kansas.
Oh, dang it.
Come on.
Just made myself look like a fool.
I know. Sorry, I couldn't cover for that one. I just couldn't do it.
Dang it.
3:52 remaining. Now the outsplayed hands of the Sioux Falls Skyforce and Bezem Beg. 78-62. That was almost the beach whale look there for a little time. Alex Fudge, wide with the dribble. That was easy pickings. Number 19 on the turnover list for Sioux Falls. Stanley Amude. They'll let that one go.
Spurs just cannot find or get the ball to go home.
Yeah, the Spurs 5 of 21. They'll look to that as a leading candidate for the results in this game, at least to this point. If they get hot, look out. But they are not a team that they lean upon that three. They don't. Gabe Madsen had the ball raked away. Because you look at the metrics for what the Austin Spurs do, they're, from above the break, on that long three, that's 31% they shoot from there. The corners, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
41% from the left, 37% from the right. But the majority of their shots come from the painted area and then from above the break. And then those corner threes, those are the last resort.
And that could be a reason as to why the Spurs are struggling in this contest, because the Skyforce are so efficient with the points in the paint, and they are now scoring from outside, that they are just frustrated on what to do.
Gabe Madsen had to fling it up and was not quite at the rim. And that's turnover number 20. Of course, in a defensive struggle like this, that pace is going to be a kind of the double-edged sword in this game for the Skyforce.
Yeah.
You play with pace, but you're going to give it up.
Yeah, and this is going to be an extremely low-scoring game by the looks of it. Skyforce will probably get to the 100, but I don't know about the Spurs, and that'll be the second game the Skyforce have held a team to under 100 points.
Yeah, was that 82 for Memphis?
And they were lucky to get that game.
And they're not going to get it on this trip. 2:35 left in the period, and they've scored 62. And I was thinking about that magic number being 115.
Yeah.
But that
it might just be 100.
Yeah, the old hundo is going to be the cause célèbre.
Yes.
2:30 to go in this third quarter. Dan Peters along with Carter Mix as the Spurs and the Skyforce. First of two at the Sanford Pentagon. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Time. So you'll be living on Austin time, be living on Sioux Falls time. It'll be just a different set of daylight at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Stanley Amude to the rim, nothing doing. And then Cam Carter can't handle the outlet. Eesh. Alfred. Oh, and then this is ragged play in this particular possession, but Stanley Amude cleans it up.
Was that a three?
That was a three.
Oh my goodness.
78-65. We've been stuck at 78-62 for a while. And the Skyforce earned a scoring drought. They have not put points on the board since the 5:08 mark of this third quarter.
That could be a killer because now they're only down by 13, scratching, clawing their way back into this game. Get it down to single digits before the end of the fourth quarter.
That is closing strong.
Yeah, you're looking at a whole different ball game heading into the fourth.
Jameer Young uses the screen. Josh Christopher is wide open. Josh Christopher, 22 points.
I think the only way to describe his last 4 games has been possessed almost. He's just been shooting at such a high clip. He only had 18 the other night, but still, that's a great night.
Ooh, coming over the top, Cam Carter for the block. We'll see if there was the contact underneath or was over the top. Flagler. Well, there's a bump from behind. Oh, Danger picks up his first. You always look at those crooked numbers in the foul column, and the Skyforce only have 2 players with that. Christopher with 3 and Smith with 4.
Yeah. We've spoken about how physical this game has been, the intensity that has been played, but that has not gone without fouls being called by the referees.
And then Clyde Mulla is trying to, have a Geneva summit there in the free throw lane amongst the players.
You go back to that tip-off earlier with Keshad,
with that jump ball with Keshad Johnson and Alfred Payton.
He's trying to hold a world peace meeting in the middle of those two.
Can't we all just get along? Cam Carter, trying to, here comes the defense. And Nunn comes in for the swipe. Nunn gets to the rim and puts it in. And they reset the clock. They do get the ball in bounds, but they need to make sure that both the timers are set to the correct mark.
You know what our previous conversation had me thinking about? Or what song?
Oh, yes. Yes, our musical interlude.
War. What
is it good for?
I was hoping to get the chorus from you, but I'll take it. That made my night.
Well, yeah, then when we get to the time changes, time has come today. Jameer Young, that one danced on the rim.
Gonna listen to that on the way home tonight.
There we go. Umude to the block. That's tough. And a delay of game, technical foul. So the Austin Spurs guilty of a delay. That is the second one. Josh Christopher will try to build on a 22-point night. He's got to hit a free throw yet tonight. And he hits 1 out of 3 that he has taken. And the Skyforce still need to inbound. It'll give the Spurs an opportunity to deploy. They'll put a little zone out there with Nunn and Mangus. Mangus will back away. It'll just be a one-man gang against Jameer Young. As Jaden Nunn will get right in the grill. Danger, the bounce past Christopher. He gets a double team. 6 to shoot as Cam Carter pulls up for the midi. And Dane Danger will get to the free throw line with 7.7. That's 0.3 of a second shy of a money-paying bull ride left in this third quarter.
Spurs are up to 15 fouls on the night. I mean, it's not a good way to try to win a game, I'd say. It's not, this guy first have 13, obviously, as well. But.
Yeah, those two numbers are going to continue to creep. Of course, for the Austin Spurs, that's kind of what they do. You look at the amount of player fouls they commit. There's about 23.5 per game. Skyforce at 18. And Danger puts the free throw down. 5 seconds. Flagler will launch. 2.8. Skyforce still got some room to work. Cam Carter, midcourt. Rim is all you get. 10-point game as we head to quarter 4. We shall have the final 12 minutes for you next on FanDuel Sports Network and NBAGleague.com.
Drew Smith, good to see him back healthy and making a difference. Yes, he's come roaring back.
His superpower is his fortitude. That inspires me.
This guy has overcome a lot to get to this point.
You have to watch him to know how he affects the game, how hard he works, how he's done things the right way.
That man is nothing but effort.
The fact that he's still fighting and wants to be here, that right there is perseverance in itself.
Drew Smith, how do you do?
I think it's just a little bit of mental fortitude and a little bit of a belief in yourself.
Fascinating. My readings show that this planet's teeming with life.
Captain, it seems we've landed in a pet paradise.
You mean we've discovered a planet full of adorable puppies and kitties?
Yes, this planet is full of wagging tails and gentle purrs.
Remember your orders, Red. We're here to observe, not to interfere.
Lieutenant, I think it's time that we bend the rules. Starship, beam down some treats and some toys. From grooming to pet food, the best services and products in the galaxy are at Mini Critters.
We get to the foundation of this particular contest as the Sioux Falls Skyforce and the Austin Spurs going at it. Ooh. Rip City remix pushed to the limit by the Suns. Rip City is right above Sioux Falls in the standings. So the Suns could have pulled that one off. Could have put the Skyforce in a little bit better position to get to the number 7 slot in the Western Conference.
Mexico City in a bit of a slugfest with the opposite of the standings for them.
Yeah, with Wisconsin and a cross-conference matchup. Cruz beating the Swarm and doing so handily. Greensboro Swarm, they've been playing a very good brand of basketball this season. So that's a little surprising. And the Legends besting the Blue, getting their 7th win of the season. I think tomorrow is the South Bay Lakers and the Santa Cruz Warriors. And Santa Cruz just below Sioux Falls in the standings.
Massive playoff implications for both teams, but for the South Bay Lakers, they've gone up from I think the 2 seed in the West to I think they're sitting at the 4 seed right now. So they're fluctuating quite a bit.
Yeah, South Bay Lakers at 18-8 on the season. Same number of losses as Mexico City.
Yeah.
So right in that line for potential top spot.
Those top 4 teams could shuffle around any different amount of ways.
And those bottom 4 teams to boot.
Yeah, exactly.
7 to shoot as Kyle Mangus gets close to the rim, gets his man in the air, and puts it in.
We talked about before the break, if they could get it down to single digits, it's a whole different ball game. They got it down to 10, kept all the momentum going into the fourth quarter and get it and one and chance to make it down by just 7.
With that scoring by quarter, the Spurs 31 in that third quarter, so definitely turning the offensive round, getting an offensive rebound. Flagler wide open for three. And the rebound to Dennis Smith Jr. A missed opportunity for the Spurs to chop it down to 7. And again, that's in the second quarter. That was the closest it had been, 7 points. Otherwise, the Skyforce have pretty much held control in this contest. Late in the shot clock, Jameer Young flings it and hits it. Jameer Young, onions. 18 points on the night. A three for Elfrid Payton. And Gabe Madsen got nearly bowled over by Dane Danger. Some friendly fire. Dennis Smith through the lane, and the deflection goes to Flagler. Kyle Mangus will score. Kyle Mangus up to 15 points. That's leading the Austin Spurs.
Sounded like her man Mendola was correct in his analysis. Mangus has single-handedly brought them back into this game, I would say.
Jameer Young. Look out for Jameer Young. That's the kind of shot that you make when you've got a flow going.
And with that, he breaks the franchise record.
Consecutive 20-point games. Is that 9? Banks with the second try. The third try is the charm. That one will be by Mr. Jaden Nunn. Jameer Young swarmed at the basket.
Bit of an awkward landing. Looks like he's okay, though.
He will rejoin the fray. Flagler for three. Cam Carter to the rim. He'll get a score. Chance for one more. Exchanging baskets in this fourth quarter.
I was selfishly hoping that Cam Carter would show off his hops there. He has flown high in the past very much.
Yeah, he may be 6'3", but he can crush the alley-oop. We've seen it. Cam Carter 88% from the free throw line. He proves his bona fides at the stripe. Skyforce back up by 12. Spurs got to put to run together. Flagler, deflection, another deflection. They'll have 9 to shoot. 9:14 remaining.
I think this is what makes sports so awesome. If the Spurs could have made that three that they shot when they got the rebound from the free throw, this game completely different.
Oh, the dynamics are way different.
Instead, they miss it, and the Skyforce go on a run of their own. And now they make another three.
So you can never really concede. You have to play it all the way out to the final horn. And that's what makes these contests so thrilling, compelling. Dane Danger on the drive and on the score. And another technical foul has been issued. That is going to be on Sioux Falls. And I think that delay of game, that was part of that tat-a-tat we had earlier between Keyshawn Johnson and Elfrid Payton. Yep, and Danger, he just whacked it out of bounds. And Mangus hits the free throw. They'll send Cam Carter and Dennis Smith Jr. into the backcourt. And Flagler, he'll run the show. Hard show up top. Kyle Mangus open for the three. And Kyle Mangus continues with the stroke. He's 3 of 7 from deep. He's got 19.
He has been an absolute spark plug for the Spurs tonight.
Cam Carter resets for the three. And Mangus couldn't quite handle it. Skyforce will have a fresh 14. (12 of 26 for Sioux Falls from the long range. Cam Carter, Dane Danger, and Danger.
I think the crowd really wanted to see a dunk there. There was a collective sigh when he didn't go rise up for the dunk.
Flagler for three. Oh, yes. It's down to a 6-point game. 8:05 left in this contest. And there is plenty left to decide as the Austin Spurs close it to 6.
Once upon a time, there was a sad little dog that smelled funny.
No one will play with me.
Suddenly, the grooming fairy appeared.
You look a lot like the big friendly guy.
And the sad little dog was instantly transformed into a happy little dog that smelled better. And all the pet lovers who saw this ad on TV brought their dogs to Mini Critters for grooming, and everyone lived happily ever after.
As we get to this stage of the fourth quarter, got to take a look at some of the big performers in this game with Kyle Mangus, 19 points, 20 for Jameer Young. Mangus with that 39% shooting, and again hitting those three-point shots. Of course, hitting those heavy minutes too. And Jameer Young with 46%. He's been picking it up. Jameer started 1 of 6 in this game.
Yeah.
And has definitely shown out.
And the Skyforce have three 20-point scorers, and the Spurs don't even have one. So it just shows the kind of effect that Kyle Mangas has had in this game.
They do have 5 in double digits. The Skyforce have 4 in double digits, but the 3 20-pointers. Jameer Young, that one is off the mark. Saved by Keyshawn Johnson, but the Austin Spurs will take it the other way. Into the lane. Stanley Amude makes it a 4-point game.
What a turn of events we're seeing.
Dennis Smith Jr. operating. Keyshawn Johnson from 25. They could make it a one-possession game on this trip. Kyle Mangus drives in, pump fake, and they'll work it back to the middle. Pick and roll. Into the lane, Flagler, and the rebound, Keyshawn Johnson. 7 minutes remaining. The hesitation, Jameer Young, the kick, Dennis Smith Jr. for 3. And it goes splash.
Dennis Smith Jr. is certainly on double-double watch. With that 3, he's going to be at 8 points and he has 9 assists and 9 rebounds. So one more each of those, and he has a double-double alone.
And here comes the score. As here comes Jameer Young. Excuse me, Jaden Nunn, my apologies. And Dennis Smith Jr. will be whistled for his 5th personal foul. A score and 1 more for Jaden Nunn. It gives him 11. Now makes 6 double-digit scores for the Spurs. So Jaden Nunn out of Baylor, 14 points per contest, and creeps closer to that average. He's got 12. Back to a 4-point game. Dennis Smith Jr. playing with the 5 fouls. 8 to shoot. Josh Christopher. And the Austin Spurs, again, 1 possession game in their sights. Kyle Mangus, the step back. Finds Umude, and the deflection. And I think Umude will be called for the foul. And that would be his first. Getting close to the midpoint of this 4th quarter. And the penalty is still a ways away for both of these teams. Again, twice in this 4th quarter, the Austin Spurs had an opportunity to make it a 1-possession game. Skyforce have a chance to work it back the other direction.
Looks like the Skyforce are really trying to be better and score more in transition.
Pez Mbang.
With the substitute, they sub Dane off the floor and sub Fudge in. So I would assume that they're trying to get better on their pace and transition defense as well as scoring from transition as well.
And Danger has long 30 minutes so far tonight, so a little breather at this juncture of the game. Emmanuel Miller, tough in traffic.
Spurs went from getting nothing to fall to everything's falling in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're up to 46% for the game. Josh Christopher turns the corner, gives it to Keyshawn Johnson. Showtime. Kyle Mangus gives to Ingram. Ingram amongst a few defenders. Ooh, the ball slips away. And the candy dish fell. Oh, no. Ooh. Well, let's see. You got some Jolly Ranchers. Oh, no, don't kick it under there. That stuff is still good. Kids these days.
They can kick it over here, right?
Well, I can't eat that many.
Oh.
We could share it with the crowd. You just pick
true.
it up and boom, fling it into the.
You'll be a hero. They'll throw them like candy in a parade.
Maybe. I've done that before.
Oh.
I tossed a little candy in my time.
So we're dealing with a veteran of the game.
Ain't going to be no Nolan Ryan fastball, though. Half the shot clock is gone. We're getting close to the 4:35 mark in this 4th quarter. As Josh Christopher working on a heater. Is he still hot? When you're hot, you're hot. Josh Christopher, that's 25. Flagler against Fudge. He'll send it off to Ingram, and then they'll play some catch. Ooh, Alex Fudge with the trip.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. That might be the skate save.
Yeah, it looked like he just lost his footing.
There was a knee.
There was a knee.
Yeah, there was a knee, thigh.
I've changed my objection.
You'll withdraw your complaint.
Yes.
Thus saith the court. So they will say in the act of shooting. And again, if they fool around too much around the free throw lane, they might throw another delay of game out there. And you can tell, even the intensity among the players is starting to feed into the crowd.
There's a lot of contesting right now.
Flagler hits the toss. That's for 2. You get under 2 minutes in the G League, every free throw worth 1. Jameer Young will give it up to Christopher. And it's knocked out of bounds. Still 11 to shoot. And again, the deflection rate in this contest is extremely high.
Yeah, it seems like almost every play every other play there's been a turnover. Skyforce have 25.
And then Young and Fudge in the 2-man game at the top. Jameer Young will get an opportunity at the line. And the foul against Alfred Payton. And the Spurs will call timeout with 3:49 remaining.
Timeout Spurs.
7-point game with a chance for the Skyforce to push it to 9 when we come back. The final strains of this contest next.
Welcome to Cafe Mini Critter, where we have some supreme choices for you today. May I interest you in a bowl of water or some little snacks to get started? Oh, wise choice, Monsieur.
Find the perfect selection of food for your pet at Mini Critters. For people who love their pets.
.106.99, Skyforce and Spurs. Well, how important are these games? Well, the Skyforce are 2.5 games back of the Spurs. A win would close that up to a game and a half. And you look at all those top 8 teams which would qualify for the playoffs, all of them with wins in the column in their last outings except for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, every game from here on out matters the most it has.
And Jameer Young. Now the Skyforce need to play some defense. Austin Spurs. A nice little give and go as Miller gets a nice look to the basket. Of all the buckets that the Spurs have had tonight, that is top 5 easiest.
Yeah.
Jameer Young, lob to Alex Fudge.
Jameer Young.
And a 30-second timeout for the Austin Spurs. So they've got to use this timeout or they lose it. You get under that 3-minute mark, then the only 2 timeouts will remain for each team. So that's the critical portion of calling a timeout to get a little bit of a reset here with a 7-point disadvantage for the Spurs.
Yep, use it or lose it. Probably a good time anyways to get regrouped and for this final push.
Well, we'd like to thank the Discovery Elementary 4th graders for singing the national anthem tonight. Here's an interesting fact. Sioux Falls Skyforce, after the 3rd quarter in the lead, they are 20-3 since the outset of the season, since November. That's showcase and regular season. Yeah, those numbers of when leading after the quarter, Skyforce have a lot of bad numbers on the ledger when they're behind at different stages of the game.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, 3 o'clock, these 2 teams again. Upcoming schedule brought to you by Poet, worldwide leader in biofuel energy. Stockton Kings Wednesday and Friday of next week. Ingram, no. And the rebound, Jameer Young on a hop. Jameer Young gets accosted coming to the middle of the court. Needs a screen to set him free. Josh Christopher, and they say off of Ingram out of bounds. They will not challenge this call. The Austin Spurs looking to challenge, but they will not. Christopher, Johnson, Young, Mbang, and Fudge for Sioux Falls. Miller, Ingram, Banks, Flagler, and Payton for the Spurs. Young pulls up for the three. It's blocked. Well, maybe it wasn't blocked. So the Skyforce will challenge. They do have a challenge left. So, but it does have its options here because Sioux Falls, with only 2.9 to shoot, they do have very limited amount of options if they do get the call overturned. So our officiating crew with Clyde Mulla, Quincy Smith, and Lars Murray, they will get a look. They'll probably have multiple angles of which to get the opportunity to get a full view and either sustain or overturn this particular instance. Well, remember, if you have a hankering to get some Miami Heat merch, you make sure you get that deal of the game. Heat hoodie for $45. Scan the QR code and use the promo code Skyforce at checkout. And also, if you get a Miami Heat store insider, you can unlock year-round retail perks. You can just go to MiamiHeatStore.com and register to join for free. Free shipping on orders of $99 or more. So you can see tonight's third quarter score, 84-74. Skyforce with more points in the paint. They're 20-11. Tonight's points in the paint, 52-50. That 52-48. Got an update from the live stats. And also the rebounding. Skyforce out rebounding the Spurs 42-35. So we get the determination from Clyde
After
Mulla.
review, the ball is blocked by the Spurs. It'll be Skyforce basketball on the baseline with 2.9 on the shot clock.
So that's what the officials have determined. So they run plays for this type of situation a lot. Dennis Smith to trigger. Keyshawn Johnson. Josh Christopher to fling it. It hits the rim. And the Skyforce get the O-board. And Dane Danger's going to go to work.
Just missed it.
And then the work not come to fruition. Spurs the other direction. And a steal for Dennis Smith Jr.
Get it right back.
And then a foul in backcourt. That's the last foul to give for the Austin Spurs with 2:14 remaining. Skyforce have committed 25 turnovers tonight, 18 for the Spurs after that instance.
This has been quite the wild matchup tonight.
Into the lane, Jameer Young. Dane Danger tried to send it back the other direction. Final 2 minutes. Spurs trail by 7 after the Flagler shot. They still trail, but they get another opportunity. The three for Imude, no. And Jameer Young will pull down the rebound. Dennis Smith Jr., they'll work some clock. Jameer Young, the man flies by, gets to the free throw line. That's right, in Jameer Young's kitchen. Cooking up some seafood on the Maryland side for the former Terrapin.
The crabs.
You want it fresh, you got to get it out by the seashore. 110 to 101. So what are the things that you've seen in this game, Carter, that have really kind of been sustained for this contest?
Well, I would say the points in the paint has been such a factor for both teams that is the number one thing I would say that is sustained, but also the turnovers for the Skyforce that has single-handedly basically brought the Spurs back into this game and managed to make it a single-digit game in the fourth quarter when we were looking at a lead that was 18 points large at one point. And yeah, they were able to get it down to a single-digit score and battle in this fourth.
And then we've got that 115 mark that we threw out earlier.
Yeah.
So if Sioux Falls gets to that 115 mark, that's probably going to seal the game.
Yeah.
To score 14 points in a minute and 38 seconds for Austin, that's a tough task.
Yeah.
especially when these two teams have been going so far defensively. But the blown defensive assignment there is Flagler. He got past Josh Christopher.
The Spurs have been extremely efficient in the really late second half of this game, because in the third quarter we were looking at them having, I think, 62 points when we were talking about that, and now they're all the way up to 103 a quarter later. So
Dane Danger will wait for Keyshawn Johnson to clear. Still 12 to shoot. And Keyshawn Johnson to the rim. How much ticks on the shot clock? You might as well take it when you're right there.
Yeah.
Kyle Mangus in amongst three defenders. That was an interesting offensive deployment. Now, I know Austin, they play a lot of 5 out, but with the Spurs and Kyle Mangus diving into the paint against three defenders.
Yeah, me personally, I would have thought that they would have opted to have him shoot it from 3 to kind of bring the score down. You get a good look at it, because he's been their leading scorer and has been awesome for them tonight. But they did get him to the line to shoot free throws.
So Mangus gets his 20th point on the night. And he had that stretch during the third quarter, Carter, that he got up to that 3 of 7 and hit those 3-point baskets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say he single-handedly brought them back into the game.
And then the Spurs converge and they swipe it away from Dennis Smith Jr. Harrison Ingram blasts it through, and Dennis Smith Jr. is laboring. Now he's able to get up, and the Spurs will feed Keyshawn, will get it to Keyshawn Johnson. Jameer Young, and he will take it, explode to the hole. 51.6 seconds left in the period, and the Spurs are going to take all stops. With 51.6 seconds left, we'll try to get our, who would be the person that for the Skyforce, should we get the victory, that we should grab at the end of the game for post-game interview opportunity.
You know, that is such a good question. You know, Josh is the leading scorer, but he's gotten a lot of the limelight recently, and Jameer Young just broke a franchise record.
I think we can go with the Jameer Young.
Yeah.
If the Skyforce are able to hold on.
Yeah.
So I'll have to, since we don't have our stalwart Nick Robinson to grab a player, I'll have to go grab a player while you take that, unless you want to take that responsibility.
Doesn't matter. I'm living in your world, so whatever you want me to do.
All right. Actually, I'll have you do it.
Okay. I'll grab him. He'll be like,
Okay.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Get away from me. Why are you wearing a suit?
No, be aggressive.
Ow.
After they go through the handshake line, then you just grab him. Ooh, the block for Keyshawn Johnson. 3 to shoot. Flagler to the rim, and the Skyforce get the rebound with Jameer Young. Keyshawn Johnson, Josh Christopher puts it, and that will hammer it for the Sioux Falls Skyforce.
That one was a little rough going in, and you can see the smirk from Christopher to Kashad on the way back down the floor.
Still a 7-point game, 20 seconds left, and the Skyforce do not have to shoot. And the Spurs will say, we'll play for another day. So the shot clock violation will ensue. And then the Spurs will get the ball back with just around 3 seconds left in this contest. So we'll look to get Jameer Young after the conclusion of the contest. The Spurs don't even have to get it in bounds, or actually across midcourt. The third note on the scale signifies that the game is over, and the Sioux Falls Skyforce get win number 16 on the season. They're now 16-13. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the Austin Spurs, they drop to 16-10. As the Sioux Falls Skyforce get the 116-109 victory. shooting 46% from the floor, were the Austin Spurs, picking it up in that fourth quarter. And the Skyforce end up with 50%. And we'll get the perspective from Jameer Young on this particular contest and how things played out. And Jameer, we appreciate the opportunity to get your perspective on this game tonight. Yeah. With this game, intensity is probably the word that can describe the full 48 minutes. How intense was it out there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it started in a walkthrough, just everybody being locked in mentally and physically. Just coming and trying to protect home court, play as a unit, and go out there and just have the will to win. And just being able to do it in front of our fans is great.
Well, you haven't been through this. It's been a stretch of games where you had for the entire team with Osceola 2 games and then 1 game in Memphis. So for Tuesday or for Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and now 2 in a row here at home. You haven't been here for all of it, but how's the team been holding up and being able to come through and mentally focus to get the job done in these games?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been a part of it, obviously, but, I mean, I got in yesterday, so I haven't really talked to them about it, but I'm sure they're banged up. Their legs are heavy, but just coming out, just doing the little things, trying to play together and make it easy for each one of us on both ends of the floor, just staying connected.
And then the connectivity on defense. What was the thing that worked best for you guys in a general sense defensively against the Spurs?
Yeah, I mean, they have great shooters, so just being up on ball screens, being able to stay connected and switch on and off, and just communication, just talking and being where we need to be in order to contest shots and then trying to rebound and get out and run.
Well, we get one less hour to do it, so we might as well pinch it off here and get back for another one tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations on the win, Jameer. Appreciate it. Jameer Young joining us and breaking a franchise record of consecutive 20-point games. Jameer Young, congratulations on that accomplishment as well, as the Sioux Falls Skyforce come away with a 116-109 victory here on this Saturday night here at the Sanford Pentagon. Sunday game tomorrow, 3 o'clock. And, of course, with the time change, don't get yourself all bent out of shape by losing that hour. At least I'm going to have to take my sources and methods and be able to do that as well. And thanks to Carter Mix for his contributions tonight. For our entire crew, we say so long from the Sanford Pentagon as the Skyforce get the victory tonight, 116-109.
At least split most of them to get in the playoffs.
Danger. Get into the lane. Dotted line jumper is good. Season. Give it off to Banks. Banks will make it work. Per game. And the Spurs at 20 per game. A 3 for Josh teams. Not just Austin. He's worked in other places as well. Defensive rating. We're seeing it so far. Danger into the game. Missed the shot, but Josh Christopher is there. Danger getting right to the cup. 2 white shirts grab the rebound. And tipped again. The Spurs with Trey King. Trey King is in the lane. He puts it up over Fudge with the... So he played a couple of games in the international. Miller. Here comes Carter. Carter for 3. Alfred Payton, the lob. Guided home. Dennis Smith Jr., Alex Fudge, twisting and is able to put it in. Have numbers. Dennis Smith Jr. will score. Trying to drive. Dennis Smith will pop from the top. Off to the left. They'll send it to the right side. Amude. Skyforce get it back with Keyshaw Johnson. Gabe Manson, who will score. Screen. Johnson for 3. Keyshawn Johnson pulling the trigger. Also played at Indiana Wesleyan, NAIA Division II. Gabe Madsen hits from Alfred Payton, sees the lob. Nice. Josh Christopher. Ooh, the crossover. A lot of action between the free throw lines. Finally gets something. Jameer Young, he has been stymied. He does break through. Johnson working baseline, turnaround. Guided back in. Sub 45% from the floor. That'll help. Is Young. Young sees a lane to the basket. Uses glass where you really want to be. Soft rolls. Had to gather it. Nice find. Sweeping 45. Now back to 40. Gabe Madsen is final 2 minutes 30 seconds of this second quarter. Jameer will set up Smith. Madsen will launch. And Madsen hits Flagler. And then the tap back. Mangus is open for three. And Jameer Young with the ball fake. Gets all the way to the rim. And Jameer Young will try from 25. Jameer Young will try from 20.